What is boxing? To some, it's a sport. It's something you gamble on, you pass the time with, you throw it on the TV, and that's it. To others, it's this savage, bloodthirsty practice of two grown men pounding each other until one of them can't do it anymore. But to me, it's something in between. It's the art of mutual combat, of two gladiators competing and giving it their all. But regardless to which side you stand on, there's a lot of intricacies that many people just don't understand. And I'd like to discuss some of those today. Let's talk about punching. If I'm going to punch you, some people who don't box or don't fight or partake in martial arts, they think, oh, you're just gonna, But in boxing, there's a science to it. There's a particularity. When I throw my jab, I'm finding my reach. I'm finding my range. I can't hit you there. I can't hit you there. Looks like I got to get closer. Oh, that's where I can hit you. When I throw my jab, my goal isn't to deal damage. My goal isn't to hurt you or do anything. And it's not because I like you. I want to hurt you, but I got to be able to find you and be able to touch you before I can go and deal that damage. Now, the second purpose of punches is to deal damage once you find that reach. That's kind of obvious. And a third purpose is finding your breathing. Every punch, I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling. I have to be able to breathe to conduct myself in the ring. Championship fights are 12 rounds. Amateur fights are 3 rounds of 2 minutes. 3 rounds of 2 minutes, that's 6 minutes. That doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when you're in there, and you're, it's awful. It's difficult. So you have to be able to manage your breathing. Inhale, exhale. You have to inhale on punches that you're just finding your reach, and you have to exhale on punches that are going to do damage and knock someone out. Now, a fourth purpose of punch serves is to dodge while simultaneously throwing it. As I'm throwing my jab, you see that? My head is ducking down slightly to my left, your right. This little action makes me so much harder to hit. And it's the opposite with my backhand. If I'm throwing a hook, I'm ducking down. You can't hit that. You can't, if you time it perfectly, maybe, but if I'm just standing here, you can hit that easily. You don't even have to box, you know. My girlfriend can hit that. Now, another purpose of punch serves is going to be with the hips. My hips right here, boom, they're perpendicular to the opponent. Now my backhand, my back leg is loaded up. Snap that forward. Bam! Now, they're parallel. This motion of the hips is what boxing's all about. My power, I have kind of big arms, but my power doesn't come from there. I just like having big arms. My power comes from my hips and my feet snapping into my punches, in like that. My hands, they're just appendages for that. And the last purpose a punch serves is to set up future punches. This is done with the hips. This is done with my behavior. If I'm going 1, 2, 3, like that, jab, cross, hook, you're gonna start expecting that hook. You're gonna start, oh, he's gonna go and do that thing. So I go and I do that thing. Boom. They can't block that because they don't understand that it's coming. So here we see Ryan throw his right hand and Tank goes for the clinch. This is the clinch right here. Now Tank, he knows that since Ryan just threw his right hand right there, his weight is loaded into his back foot, which aligns with his left hand. So any punches are going to come from his left hand. So he knows once that hand goes, boom, right there. It doesn't look like much, but that's flush with the liver. And he can time that perfectly. You see that left hand is going for a punch. And yeah, it hits him. But that liver, it takes a couple seconds for your body to shut down after recognizing that it happens. But you see the pain on his face. And he has to go and he has to take a knee. He can't take the beat down anymore. This is because of a flush counter by Gervonta Davis. Now, the last part of boxing I would like to discuss is footwork. And it might seem simple, you know, all you do is step, but it's really very complicated. In fact, it's so complicated that Bob Arum talked about one of my favorite fighters, Vasily Lomachenko. He quit boxing for 2 years in his teenage years to dance full time, Ukrainian ballet dancing. That's how complicated and articulate footwork is. This boxer went and said, I'm going to dance to learn. And it worked. This guy is one of the most skilled boxers in the lightweight division because he quit to dance. So this finesse that comes in boxing is something that starts from the ground up. It's something that starts from the feet and goes on to the hands and the head and the body. Okay, so I talked about footwork, but we still don't know what it is. What is footwork when it comes to boxing? It's not exactly dancing. You see, there's two planes I can move across. There's a horizontal plane, side to side, and there's a vertical plane, forwards and backwards. If I move backwards, it's the only foolproof way to make someone miss. You're gonna punch me, boom, I'm back, I'm out of the way. That was easy. All I gotta do, boop. There's no fancy schmancy, no fairy dust added to it. But the issue is, if you can't hit me, I can't hit you. That's how hitting works. So I'm back here, you can't hit me, but I'm trying to reach, I'm trying to find you, it's not gonna happen. So if you wanna move and make someone miss while still being able to hit them, you have to move horizontally. But if I'm just doing that, just that's easy. I can just that's all it takes to hit someone. So you have to build in these little intricacies with footwork. Slips like this to dodge straight punches like the jab and the cross, and rolls like this to dodge the three, the hook, and the overhand. Now these work together with pivots or shuffle steps to get you out of the way. I don't have a lot of room to work with, but I'm doing my best. So if I want to hit someone when they're hitting me, I can do a roll. So you step into the roll, pivot, and now all of a sudden they're lost. They don't know where I am, but I can see them. I have this built in, and it follows the same principle as punching. It all ties together. If I'm throwing my backhand, that's just like a slip right here. That little dodge, boom, it's the same exact mechanics. I'm just not leaving my arm out like that. Slip, slip, roll, same thing. Roll, I'm here, I'm in position to throw the hook. Roll here, I'm in position to throw the two. It's that easy, and it's something that people don't understand. They don't see this when they're looking at their favorite fighters going toe-to-toe. They just see who wins and who loses. They don't see the... In conclusion, boxing is really nuanced. There's so much more to it than the average viewer can understand, and I hope through demonstrating it, I have an audience with a deeper understanding and appreciation for boxing. Even if you're not a fan of the sport, you can respect the hard work that so many people put in.